crowd filing into Rangers ballpark in Arlington. They are looking for some more Ranger magic tonight as the Rangers take on the Los Angeles Angels in Game 2 of this final series of the regular season. And welcome in, everyone, along with Tom Greaves, Steve Busby. Glad you can join us for this Friday night of Ranger baseball. And boy, if last night didn't get you going, maybe something will tonight. But that another great night last night, Tom. And Alexi Ogando on the hill tonight for the Rangers, and he has been really good of late.
He has. Since he came off the disabled list, Buzz, he's been throwing the ball exceptionally well. He had 4 relief appearances. He pitched 6 innings, gave up 1 hit, no runs. Since then, he's had 2 starts. Both the starts have gone very well. In his last he got up to 7 innings to a little over 70 pitches. He's been very efficient with his pitches. The other thing that's been nice to see, his velocity is back. He's throwing 95, 96 miles an hour with a sharp breaking slider, not quite as many change-ups, looks more like a relief pitcher in a starting role. Been working very well for him. He's been almost dominating in his 2 starts.
Yeah, and the last time out in Kansas City, that may be his best start stuff-wise since way back in 2011. So hopefully he'll be able to bring that out here tonight against the Angels as the Rangers and the Angels get set to hook it up in Game 2. It'll be Adrian Beltre and company see what kind of magic potion they can throw out against the Angels tonight. Starting lineup, first pitch right after this on TXA 21. Ford dealer. Visit your Texas Ford dealer and drive the best-selling trucks for 36 straight years. Ford is the best in Texas. By AT U-Burst TV. And by TXU Energy. The right things right now. 1-866-CALL TXU. Well, the Rangers riding a 4-game winning streak coming into play here tonight, and they are trying to keep pace in the wild card race in the American League. It's down to 3 teams now It's Tampa Bay and Cleveland and the Rangers. And there are only 2 spots available. Well, the Rangers need to continue to win and hope that Cleveland and or Tampa Bay drop a loss in there. Angels starting lineup, they will face Alexi Ogando tonight. Eric Ibar leads off. Cole Calhoun bats second. Mike Trout is the DH tonight. Josh Hamilton plays center and bats cleanup. Howie Kendrick at second. Mark Trumbo, the first baseman, bats sixth. Hank Conger is catching. Colin Cowgill is in left field. And batting ninth, the third baseman, Andrew Romine.
That would check the scouting report for Alexi Ogando. On the season, he's 7-4 with a 2.93 ERA. Pitched in 21 games, 4 of them relief appearances. Last 6 games, last 2 of which have been starts. He's been terrific. 2-0, 0.50 ERA. Opponents hit below 100. Against the Angels, he's pitched as well as he has against any other team. An ERA of 1.98. Lowest among active pitchers with at least 50 innings pitched against the Angels.
Ogando working from the stretch now, and Ibar starts it off a bunt. Beltre fields, throws, gets it. Nice start by Adrian Beltre and company. Good pitch by Ogando, and Beltre is patented down under firing the ball to first base for the out.
Now, Ibar last night almost squared around and tried to bunt. Look where Adrian's playing. He's anticipating the bunt. That's basically a perfect bunt. But he has no chance to beat it out with Adrian in and playing third base the way he plays third base. It's almost like he said, I'm going to take one pitch and make an out on purpose. There's nothing he could do to get a base hit right there.
The only chance he had is if Beltre fell down trying to field it. That's
I
about
guess
it.
That could have happened.
That's not something you're going to bank on every time, I wouldn't think. Cole Calhoun takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Calhoun at 276. He has 8 home runs, 31 driven in. Getting a lot of playing time the last couple of months for the Angels. There is a strike from Ogando.
Right off the bat, Ogando popping his fastball at 96 miles an hour. Just didn't see that in most of his early starts. He pitched well in a lot of his early starts, but he was doing it without his best velocity.
Yeah, and we've said a lot of times that, velocity isn't the main thing, but it sure helps if you have it there.
Yeah.
And it's available to you.
Yeah.
And that's just velocity by itself. It's not going to make you a good pitcher, but makes the rest of your stuff a little bit better.
Yeah.
Pitch fouled away. It's a ball and 2 strikes to Calhoun. Kind of like icing on the cake. You get a slider like Alexi's. And as aggressive as he is, now that he's gotten 100% healthy, as aggressive as he is, he can really make do with the fastball slider and maybe an occasional changeup. He doesn't even have to mix that in very much.
No, he made the All-Star team with that formula.
Right. The 1-2. Base hit to right field, and Rios is playing toward right center. He slides to cut it off. He will hold Calhoun to a long single. Nice job by Alex Rios cutting that ball off and holding Calhoun to one base.
He might have done Calhoun a favor with that breaking ball right there. He was late on the fastball, and that looked like it was right in his wheelhouse and favorable to his bat speed right there. Had a good swing at that pitch. Of course, it wasn't exactly the location Alexi was trying to throw it at. Very athletic slide and play by Ogando out in right field. Keeps him at first base.
Good job by Rios, and 1 on now, 1 out. Mike Trout handling the DH chores tonight. Trout at 324. Ball 1 is high. Trout 26 home runs, 94 RBI, and he has fared very well against Ogando. So he had 4 for 9 mark with a home run against Alexi. 431 on base percentage. That, if it stands up, will be the highest in Angel history for a full season. Ahead in the count here, 2 balls and no strikes. Trout just turned 22 years of age last month. How about that since the All-Star break? 480 on base percentage. Good pitch to the outside corner. It is 2-1. Alexei had spent 3 different stints on the disabled list this year. I don't think he ever got 100% healthy from get-go in spring training. I mean, he was out there pitching and doing as well as he possibly could, but there was something holding him back. And Alexei never said anything to anybody, but you just knew that he wasn't dealing with his full arsenal for one reason or another. And then coming back this last time, it was obviously there. It has been. 2-2 to Trout. Calhoun, the modest lead at first as Ogando checks it. Inside. The count now is full. Ball kind of popping out of the glove of A.J. Przinsky. So a full count to Trout with Calhoun at first. 1 out. Trout trying to get aboard. He'll be followed by Josh Hamilton. The AL walk leader at the plate, Mike Trout. That's 40 more than he had all of last year. Payoff pitch. Calhoun going, and the pitch fouled back. He will reset and try it again. That sophomore slump that everybody talks about, I don't think Mike Trout read that book.
No, he got up to a little bit of a slow start in April, but it didn't take him long to get right back in gear. They got all sorts of stats on him in his first 2 years, things he's accomplished that very few players have accomplished at the same age.
And another foul ball with Calhoun going. Yeah,
first of 4 ever to hit 50 home runs, score 200 runs, and average 320 in his first 2 major league seasons. And then you see who the 3 others are, and you see Joe DiMaggio, Ted Williams, and Albert Pujols, and get an idea of how hard it is to accomplish that.
Yeah.
That's just one of them. There's a bunch of things that he's done already.
Ogando set again, the payoff pitch. Check swing, the throw to second base, and out at second, but was it a swing? Yes, it was. Trout is gone, and so are the Angels. We've got a double play. Strike him out, throw him out, and Ogando and the Rangers off the field. No runs, a hit, and nobody left. Half an inning in the books. Angels nothing, Rangers coming up on TXA 21. Well, the Rangers will come to bat now against C.J. Wilson. Ian Kinsler leads off. Elvis Andrus is next, followed by Alan Trio. Adrian Beltre in the cleanup spot. A.J. Przinsky is catching. The DH is Jeff Baker. He's hitting 6th. Mitch Moreland at first, Craig Gentry in left. And the number 9 hitter is the center fielder, Leonis Martinez.
Scouting report for C.J. Wilson. Having an excellent season after 32 starts. He's 17-7. Opponent's average, left-hand hitters haven't fared very well. A 170 batting average. Against the Rangers, he hasn't fared very well. A 7.92 ERA. He's had one or two decent games against the Rangers, but for the most part, the Rangers have had pretty good success against CJ.
Well, Wilson has been on a real big roll. He is looking for a new career high at 18 wins, but he has won 13 out of his last 19 starts. Gone 13-2 in those 19 starts. Broke a 9-game winning streak last time out as he took the loss, but he has really been pitching well, and the Rangers know him very well, so not many secrets. It's a matter of execution tonight. And Ian Kinsler will start things off. It'll be Kinsler, Andrews, and Rios, the first three to do the swinging against C.J. Wilson. Kinsler at 277, 13 home runs, 70 RBI, and he takes a strike at the knees. Ian 2 for 4 in last night's ball game, brings in an 8-game hitting streak against the Angels here tonight. Angels a favored team for Ian Kinsler to have offensive success against. Check swing, it's a strike anyway. Ian's hit safely in the last 7 against the Angels. Down to the count, however, here at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Wilson, a long look in. Still peering in there. Now he goes to the wind. 2-2.
Well, CJ, even when he's pitching well, tends to throw a lot of pitches. No pitcher in baseball has averaged more pitches per start than he has. Over 110 pitches per start to 123 in his last start.
That's inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. We saw that updated score with the Blue Jays coming back to take a 4-2 lead over the Rays. They play in the bottom of the 5th inning. So Ian with the count full, trying to get aboard to start things off for the Rangers. Wilson to the wind, the payoff pitch is high, ball 4. Ian a patient at bat, and Wilson out of the strike zone, 1 on and nobody out, with Elvis Andrews coming up. Elvis hitting a 271 for the year.
Second most walks in the American League. Only Lucas Harrell has walked more batters.
See if the Rangers can capitalize on the leadoff walk here in the first. Wilson's first pitch showing bunt. Elvis takes low and inside for ball 1. Elvis 7 out of his last 20 times to the plate, and he has enjoyed getting against his former teammate C.J. Wilson. 6 for 18 with a home run. Check first. And the breaking ball misses low and in. 2-0. Well, you remember that last game as you see Elvis enjoying the Angels pitching staff. Last game that CJ pitched against the Rangers, finally got a career win against them. Although he only lasted 6 2/3. Gave up 4 runs in that ball game. Angels ended up winning those 6-3. That was back on the 6th of September. 2-0 the count to Andrews. Outside. 3 balls and no strikes. And Conley going to go out and talk to Wilson. A very impatient Mike Scioscia.
The first pitch of the game was a solid strike. Since then, 7 out of 8 pitches have been out of the strike zone.
Well, Elvis way ahead in the count, 3-0. He's going to be followed by Alex Rios. And Rios hopes to be hitting with a couple of teammates aboard. Three-0 pitch, and that is a belt high strike. Another time this year that Wilson matched up against the Rangers in this ballpark on the 30th of July. He had a very short outing, 4 innings in that game. Rangers ended up walking off in extra innings against the Angels that night. It'll toss to first. Ian back standing. Ranger fans will remember that C.J. Wilson does not possess a good move for a left-hander. It's average at best. He relies on a quick move to home plate and varying his time staying in the stretch to keep runners from getting a big jump. And the left-hander's ready, the 3-1. On the move is Kinsler. It's rolled into right field slowly for a base hit. And that allows Kinsler to pick it up and move on to third. Now, you can't execute a hit and run much better than that when you don't hit the ball well. Hit the ball on the ground, and you'll find a hole if there's one there. And Elvis found it.
Yeah, not sure if that was a ball or a strike. Obviously, if it's a ball, he would have walked. It probably was a ball, but you end up better off than you were with a walk. First and third instead of first and second. That pitch is probably outside. Second baseman covering on the play. Ball rolls into right field. Ground ball, first and third.
My mistake saying hit and run. It was a run and hit. You're not obligated to swing, which you're not in a 3-ball count. It's a run and hit.
Whatever it was, it worked.
It worked. It worked pretty well. First and third, nobody out. Here's Rios. And Alex takes a breaking ball for strike one. Rios, another Ranger that has had good success against Wilson, although all his damage, or most of his damage, came in a White Sox uniform. .421 the average, 8 for 19 with 2 home runs. Got Kinsler at third, Andrus at first. Takes low, 1 ball, 1 strike.
Well, CJ, when he struggles, and he struggled most of the time against the Rangers, he started 7 times against the Rangers. He's only won once. His ERA is close to 8. Generally, this is what happens. He just fails to throw enough strikes. Gets behind, throws a lot of pitches. Hopefully this will continue. One thing that does bail him out of a lot of jams, though, is he gets ground balls, and he'll tend to get a lot of double play ground balls.
Yep. 1-1 the count is Wilson Sex. Slowly hit to short. Not going to be able to get anything more than a force at second. They do. Elvis is out. But in to score is Kinsler on the ground ball, the fielder's choice ground out. Alex Rios gets the RBI. The Rangers take an early 1-0 lead.
Eyeball almost threw that ball into right field. Kendrick had to reach down and to the right to catch that force out. The Rangers strike first, try to keep it going.
No, Alex Rios drives in his 78th run of the year. He is at first now with 1 out. See if he has designs on a little thievery here in the first inning. Adrian Beltre, the hitter. And ball 1 is outside. Beltre at .317 for the year. 29 home runs, 91 RBI. 11 for 32 against C.J. Wilson. American League hit leader for Adrian Beltre. Takes a pitch on the corner, strike 1 to even the count. Beltre with 195 hits. He was 3 behind Matt Carpenter of the Cardinals. You see the American League leaders. Carpenter of the Cardinals has 198. But, Adrian, the 6-hit advantage in the American League. Blowing inside, it's 2-1. And Adrian turning things back around. He went through a 20-game stretch where he really had some problems. Hit just under 250 over that span, but he's turned it back around now. He's got a 3-game hitting streak coming into play here tonight. And Wilson a snap throw to first. Anthony Andrew, our fine statistician tonight, Tom. He's passing me all kinds of information, stuff that...
How did we get Anthony? That's like the coup of the century.
Well, the third to the last game of the season, I think they just decided to upgrade us.
Oh, okay. Well, we really appreciate that. I mean, we've had a lot of quality people up here, but this is taking it to a new level.
It is. It really is. I feel kind of humbled.
In case you wondered what Anthony Andrew looks like, that's not him. That's not him. That's him down there. Mr. Tweet, Mr. Cookie. Hi, Allie.
2-2 the count to Beltre. But anyway, Anthony passed me all this information. Amazing. You know, the Rangers are 57-17 when they score first.
I like that.
Yeah, I do too.
I like our chances.
Thanks, Anthony. Good stuff.
By the way, if you want to see what we had to eat tonight in the way of treats, just go to Anthony's Twitter account. You will see.
Beltre shoots one foul just outside the bag at third, and the count remains even. That little low hook going out there. Kind of surprised her a little bit.
Yeah, got to use your body sometimes.
Rios at first, 2-2 the count, as Wilson sets and checks him. Low, and it's 3-2. Well, Beltre has run the count full, and C.J. Wilson now is going to be 21 pitches before he gets rid of Beltre, if he gets rid of him in this pitch.
Tried to give him a little different look there. Dropped down more of a sidearm kind of fastball. On 20 pitches, 11 of them have been balls, only 9 of them strikes.
A 3-2 with one out. Rios will probably be running. You have A.J. Przinsky waiting to bat next. Wilson okays the sign and sets. He's going to drive Alex Rios back. Now, fans will remember when CJ's on the mound, don't expect to be out of here in any short amount of time. We're going to be here for a while. Now the payoff pitch. Foul back. Rios on the move. He'll have to retrace his steps. We'll reset and try it again. Alex already a career high 40 steals this year. Both he and Elvis Andrus have topped that 40 mark. He's got the lead at first again. Again, Wilson toss over there. Dave Anderson, that omnipresent timepiece, that stopwatch that he takes measurements with over there. Now the 3-2 again. Got him swinging. Throw to second and out at second base. Well, the Rangers return the favor. Strike him out, throw him out, double play. The difference is the Rangers score a run in the first on a hit, nobody left. They're going to the second. So the Rangers 1, Angels nothing on TXA 21.
Hey, thanks, Buzz. We're here in Community Corner to talk about the serious work our friends over at Traffic 911 are doing. They deal with human trafficking and rescuing people. They've already rescued more than 60 people right here in our area. You can find out more about how to help by going to traffic911.com. Buzz?
All right, Joel, thank you. Well, Alexi Ogando has a one-run lead with which to work, dealing to Josh Hamilton to start off the second inning. It'll be Hamilton, Kendrick, and Trumbo. First three Angels to do the swinging against Alexi Ogando. Hamilton, an 11-game hitting streak coming into play, and he shoots one foul just outside the bag at first. And Mitch Moreland making a friend about 5 rows up there. 1 ball and 1 strike. Hamilton, no luck in the 6 at-bats he's had against Ogando in his career. 21 home runs, 76 driven in. Ogando's 1-1 pitch. 1-2. Very well-located fastball. Well, the Indians up at Target Field in Minneapolis, just putting it on the Twins in the first inning, a 4 spot. As the Twins come up for the first time. Got him swinging. Just threw that fastball right on by Hamilton.
When you combine that location with 96 miles an hour, Buzz, then you've got the best of both worlds. He just threw that one right by him.
Yeah, that was pretty much in the middle of the plate.
Sure was. I thought it was inside.
The way he swung at it, I thought it was too.
The thing was right down the middle of the plate.
No, 1 out. That is 2 strikeouts now for Ogando. Here's Howie Kendrick. And he takes a strike. Well, Alexi not wasting any time. He's going right after people. Kendrick hitting at .301. He has had pretty good success against Ogando.
Well, when we talked about Ogando in the open to the show, we mentioned how efficient he's been, averaging just a little over 12 pitches per inning.
The 1-1 to Kendrick. Little breaking ball, and it's 1-2 on the foul ball. See, Kendrick against the Rangers this year, a .317 hitter. Couple of home runs, 8 RBI. Forced to miss about a month and a half with that knee hyperextension. He suffered that against the Rangers out in August in Anaheim. Out of play down the first base side, back into the club level of seats, and the count remains a ball and 2 strikes. Remember that night that Kendrick hurt himself? It looked like a terrible fall that he took. He and I believe it was Calhoun, the right fielder, kind of collided. Calhoun undercut him on a pop fly in the shallow right. Tap foul. Kendrick trying to get out of the way, and he really crumpled up on the ground. Unfortunately, for he and for the Angels, for him and for the Angels, it was not a major problem. It requires surgery and just some time to heal. Ogando peering in for the sign. The right-hander has it, and another 1-2 pitch to left field. Gentry in a hurry, can't get there. You have to play it on a hop. Kendrick, a big turn at first, will hang on with a 1-out single. Well, both hits tonight have come on hanging breaking balls. In the first inning was Cole Calhoun. In this inning, it's Howie Kendrick.
Never got that one down and away. The one he got down and away that proved to be a big pitch in the first inning was the one that Trout couldn't check his swing on and ended up striking out. Man was thrown out at second base for a double play to end the inning.
A 1-on, 1-out. Here is Mark Trumbo. Ball 1 is low and outside. Trumbo hitting just .236, but 34 home runs, 100 RBI for the Angel first baseman. See, against Ogando, he's 6 for 16 in his career. And Trumbo last night had a 3-hit night. He snapped an 0 for 25 with the first single of the 3 that he had. 2-0 the count here. the last 8 ball games. Even a 3-hit night hasn't helped him out that much. Still a 103 average in the last week plus with 10 strikeouts for Trumbo. That's outside. 3 balls and no strikes. Ogando falling behind Mark Trumbo after the single by Howie Kendrick. Hank Conger, the catcher, will follow Trumbo in the batting order. Ogando with a 3-0 pitch. 3 balls and a strike. Angels come into play tonight at 78 and 81, and they still have a chance to finish 500 for the year. That's if they won their last 3 ball games against the Rangers. And to get that close to 500, even if they don't get to exactly 500, that's pretty remarkable considering how far they had fallen at the start of the year. Outside, ball 4, and there are 2 on with 1 out for Conger. Ogando, after giving up the base hit on a hanging breaking ball, didn't really come close to Trumbo. And now the switch hitting catcher, Hank Conger, will step in. A.J. Brzezinski going through the defensive signs for the infielders to let them know what's going to happen if there's a double steal attempt. Beltre will play wide of the bag at third, about 20 feet off the line. Gensler and Andrews up the middle at double play depth. They're a step or so around to the right. Conger, a .253 hitter with 7 home runs. He has driven across 21. Sticks up and off and got a swinging strike. Conger up there looking for the fastball. And the Angels, over this 23 and 10 span they've been in, a 300 average for the team with runners in scoring position. That'll win you some ball games. You start hitting around 300 with runners out there. Ogando's 0-1 pitch. Off the end of the bat out toward Kinsler. The only play they have is to get the force at second. The sliding Mark Trumbo is out. That's out number 2, and now with runners at the corners and 2 away, Colin Cowgill will come up.
Ogando came back after the walk, made a couple of good pitches. Got him to swing way out in front of a changeup. Then he ran one down and away, hit it right off the end of the bat. Ian gets a deliberate out, knows he can't get a double play. Just want to make sure you get that one out, make an accurate throw.
Cowgill, who took over in the 5th inning last night for J.B. Shuck. In there again tonight. Shuck had to leave last night's game with a sprained right ankle. And apparently not sufficiently recovered today to be in the lineup. So Cowgill gets the start, hitting 8th and playing left field. First pitch from Ogando. And a breaking ball drops in for strike 1. Cowgill at .241. 3 hits in his last 7 at bats. That's right on the heels of an 0 for 18. One ball and 1 strike. Cowgill went 0 for 1 in the only at bat he had in last night's ball game after entering defensively in the 5th. Pops this pitch up. Out in front of home plate, coming down the line, Adrian Beltre, the third baseman, makes the basket catch. And that will do it. Oh, nice job of working around a hit and a walk. 2 men are left for the Angels after 1.5. Rangers 1, Angels nothing on TXA 21. Hey, Rangers fans, don't forget to text your thoughts now to Mark McLemore. Text him on Watch's Call. Reach Mark at 469-209-2121. If you read your text in the post-game show tonight, you'll win a $50 Sporting Goods gift card. That's compliments of Metro PCS. The text number again, 469-209-2121. Second inning, A.J. Pierzynski to start things off. He'll be followed by Jeff Baker and Mitch Moreland against C.J. Wilson. And Wilson out there having used 22 pitches in the first inning. He fires strike one to A.J.
Yeah, you got to break because with one out, Adrian probably swung at ball 4. Otherwise, it'd been only one out with a couple of men on. No telling how many pitches he would have thrown. As it is, it turned into a double play to end the inning.
Ahead of Pierzynski here very quickly. No balls, 2 strikes.
Mentioned that C.J. has been very tough on left-hand hitters. Well below 200 against him this year.
Got him swinging. 3 pitches, and A.J. is down swinging. That is the second strikeout for Wilson. It brings up Jeff Baker. Baker, some assorted injuries, really only available to DH. Swing the bat. He has trouble playing in the field. So he is the DH tonight. 3 for his last 6 times to the plate. Ball 1 is high. Jeff has had, of course, that thumb injury, which hampered him for the better part of 2 months. 2-0. Baker having another outstanding year against left-handed pitching. What the Rangers brought him in to do, and he has really been good at it. He had 10 of his 11 home runs against left-handers. And that pitch is a knee-high strike, 2-1. But Baker just 1 for 8 in his career against C.J. Wilson. There's the breakdown. 320 the average for Baker against left-handers. And Wilson trying the back door and found it locked. 3-1. Well, Baker trying to get aboard with 1 out. Mitch Moreland, the Ranger first baseman, waits to be next. And the knee-high strike. 3-2. Wilson staring in for the sign. Long look in. Out of the line. The payoff pitch. Big breaking ball that hangs outside. It's ball 4. And a second walk allowed by Wilson in the first 6 hitters. 1 on, 1 out. Mitch Moreland coming up.
Mike Scioscia wondered where in the world that pitch was. And there's the answer. A little bit outside. Yep. Didn't quite come back and catch the corner.
Now, C.J. Wilson now with 2 walks very quickly. Last time out against the Mariners, despite losing, he only walked 1 in 8 1/3 innings. So the idea, again, of facing his former teammates kind of gets inside of his head, I think, a little bit.
Sure looks that way, as well as he's pitched this year.
And
last year. And
yeah.
Compared to what he's done against the Rangers.
Yeah, he always reminds you of somebody that's being very tentative.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah. That's what it looks like. It looks like he's afraid to throw a strike.
Moreland at 232. Takes inside. 2 balls and no strikes. Mitch just 2 for his last 22, as those numbers tell you. 5 strikeouts. He's gone on some spurts in the last month and a half where he's really swung the bat well. As a matter of fact, in September against left-handed pitching, he's 4 for 13. Some of these numbers just make you scratch your head and say, what in the world's going on? Ripped and a miss. It's 2-1. Now, you would think that the numbers he has against left-handed pitchers would tell you he's hitting the ball the other way with pretty good authority. Then I would tell you he's probably having some success, and that's not the case. Got Baker at first with 1 out. 2 balls, 1 strike is C.J. Wilson sets. Fastball to the inside corner. It's 2-2. Moreland only 1 at bat against Wilson prior to tonight. He struck out. The 2-2. Ground ball toward the hole. It's through for a base hit. Baker will stop at second. There you go, Mitch. Just need to see a left-hander get going again.
Tried to trick him with a sidearm fastball. Mitch got the last laugh on that one. Rolled it right through shortstop.
Sometimes you have to remember where your defense is playing before you decide on a pitch in a location.
Not a bad pitch, really. But a good result for Mitch. Everyone shaded over towards second a little bit. He found the hole pretty much straight away shortstop.
Yeah, not a bad pitch if your defense is lined straight up and down.
Yeah,
when it's shifted around to the right, that's not a good pitch. No, 2 on, 1 out. And Craig Gentry, as hot as any Ranger hitter has been in the last month. The breaking ball is high and outside for ball 1. Gentry, another 3-hit game last night. He's gotten his average all the way up to 272. That's just about what he's hitting against C.J. Wilson in his career, 3 for 11. Gentry 4 for 12 in this homestand. And he takes low and outside. It's 2-0. About the last 7 games, 12 for 25, an RBI and a triple for Gentry, a 480 average. Wilson's 2-0 pitch. 2-1 now.
The Rangers obviously have a game plan when they face CJ, and that's make him throw strikes. Don't be too anxious in an at-bat to swing at his pitch. It's a borderline pitch.
Back to the plate. And a fastball low and in. It's 3-1.
Craig is a patient hitter. He has a good eye at the plate. Doesn't swing at bad pitches very often.
Yeah, I think, Tom, the point you brought up in the first inning about Wilson getting a lot of ground balls, most of the time that would be because the hitter's over anxious with somebody on base.
Yeah, you're swinging at his pitch.
Now Gentry has refused to do that. He's ahead in the count, 3-1. Now asks for time before C.J. Wilson could come set. Now Baker at second base and Moreland at first. 2 on, 1 out. Rangers leading 1-0, looking for more here in the second. The 3-1 pitch instead. C.J. Wilson, a little inside move. Folks, I hope your refrigerator's stocked up with cold drinks. This could be a while. Outside corner.
I don't know about that.
Gentry disagreed. Careful, Craig. Don't want to get too demonstrative out there with Mike DeMuro behind the plate.
Yeah, well, it's closer than it looked, that's for sure. It was touching the outside corner. Apologies to Mike DeMuro. Good call.
Well, the count is full now with 1 out. Baker and Moreland on. They probably won't be moving with the pitch. We'll see here. Popped up. Right fielder Calhoun coming in and toward the line. Makes the grab. Everybody stays put. And that's out number 2. It'll bring up Leonis Martin. So even on 3-2, looked like Wilson got Gentry out in front of that a little bit, kind of lunging at it.
Our phantom cam. You can get a great look at where the ball hits the bat. When you see it hit like that, you know he's popped it up. Fine line between a line drive and a pop-up, isn't it?
Sure is. Well, here's Leonis, who's hitting .262. High and tight, the breaking ball stayed up and in. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 for 7 in his career against C.J. Wilson. Leonis Martin has driven in 8 runs on this homestand. He's had 4 hits. We'll figure it out. Make that 5 hits. In a 5-game hitting streak and 1 hit in each of the 5 games. One ball, no strikes. Top foul, and the count evens now at 1-1. Last 6 games against the Angels, Martin has hit safely in all 6 of them. That .455 clip. He scored 8 runs and had 8 stolen bases in those 6 straight. 1-1 pitch. Had a hanger to work with and fouled it back.
A couple of hangers.
C.J. Wilson with 22 pitches in the first inning, and he was up to 23 so far in the second inning. Long look in for the series of signs. Hank Conger flashed them out. Wilson's ready. Called strike 3. Martin got that breaking ball on the inside corner, and that'll do it. The Rangers get a hit and a walk, but strand 2. We're going to the 3rd. Rangers 1, Angels nothing on TXA 21. At TexasRangers.com/postseason. Top of the 3rd inning, Andrew Romine, the bottom of the Angel order, the number 9 man to lead things off. Romine to be followed by Ibar and Calhoun. Alexi Oganda goes to work with strike 1. Romine, the switch hitter, batting .242. No home runs, 10 driven in. Ground ball down the line, a fair ball by Beltre. Gentry was playing toward the line, so he's able to cut that off and hold Romine to a leadoff single. Well, the 3rd Angel hit of the night. Romine starts off the 3rd with that opposite field single.
Definitely favored that side for where he was going to hit it. Gentry was playing him way over toward the line. See a ball hit like that, you go, oh, there's a double. And you look up and see Craig playing right there.
Ibar, who bunted his first time for a base hit, tried to. Showed bunt there, and that had Beltre coming down the line. Adrian kind of a wry smile. So, yeah, you haven't learned your lesson, have you? This is a little different situation, though, with Romine at first. And a one-run ball game. Mike Scioscia likes to use that sacrifice. Hit and run is on. It's chopped toward the hole at short. It's through for a base hit. Romine continues on to third, and the Angels now execute the hit and run. As Ibar able to slap it by Elvis, who had broken a couple of steps to cover the bag and couldn't retreat in time. Well, a pair of singles open up the Angel third inning. Runners at the corners, and nobody out for Cole Calhoun.
Yep, not much you can do about either one of those hits. Just slap the ball, put it in play.
So 4 hits now for the Halos. Runners at first and third. Cole Calhoun had the first hit tonight off of Ogando. A solid line drive to right field. Rangers playing the infield back with nobody out. Calhoun, a drive to right. That's going to stay in the air, though, for Alex Rios to make the catch. Tagging at third, coming in to score on the sacrifice fly is Andrew Romine. And Cole Calhoun gets the RBI, and we are tied at 1. Calhoun drives in his 32nd run of the year. Ibar staying at first. He's there with 1 away now. And Mike Trout coming up.
Got a couple of birthdays to mention. Raymond Gressett from South Maid, Texas, 95 years old today. Merlene Holder from Fort Worth is 93. And Marlene White is 92. Happy birthday, Raymond, Merlene, and Marlene.
Trout struck out into a double play his first time. Ogando is going to fire on to first. Ibar trying to establish a pretty good lead over there. Trout this year in 16 games against the Rangers, hitting .368. Ogando's pitch. Just inside, 1 ball, no strikes. Ibar, by the way, 12 steals. He is second on the Angel Club, 12 out of 19. So not a great percentage. Team leader happens to be the guy at the plate right now, Mike Trout, with 33. 1-0 the count. Now 2-0. Trout checking with the third base coach, Dino Ebel, down there to see if Mike Scioscia might have something in mind. Ibar with good speed at first. 1 out, a run across here in the top of the third inning. And again, Ogando, pretty quick move to first. Ogando peering in for the signs from A.J. Przinsky. And a breaking ball dropped on the outside corner. Makes it 2-1. Trout, we were talking about last night, has cooled off a little bit. He has seen his average drop, some 10 points in the last couple of weeks, all the way down to 324. I mean, say, well, how can that drop? How can that be considered a drop? Well, he was hitting at one point about 335, 336. He was closing the ground on Miguel Cabrera in the batting race. He cooled off that pitch outside. It's now 3 balls and a strike.
I thought last night he missed some pitches that we normally see him hit. Might have had the same timing we've seen him have most of the season. Again, it's pretty hard to stay that hot all year long.
That's how it looks starting today.
There aren't many Miguel Cabreras in the world.
No. Ogando with a 3-1 pitch. Ball 4. Trout gets his 106th walk. And that pushes Ibar down to second. 2 on, 1 out for Josh Hamilton.
Tried to zip that outside corner with it. Looked like he did a pretty good job of it. Just didn't get the call. I think the way Trout paused at home plate, he was almost expecting that pitch to be called a strike. But the call went his way.
Well, here's Hamilton, who went down swinging his first time up against Ogando. Alexi now with 2 walks in the game. That's the first time since August the 13th that he's had more than 1 walk in an outing. This, of course, the 3rd start since that time. Quick reminder for you tomorrow, in case you hadn't heard or you had just forgotten. We'll be with you at 11 o'clock tomorrow morning. We're going to have a late breakfast or an early lunch with you. Fox Sports Southwest, the game has been moved up because the threat of rain in the afternoon. Double play ball to Kinsler. Andrews back to Norland. Well, Hamilton hits into the 4-6-3 double play, and that'll do it. The Angels do tie it up. They get a run on 2 hits and strand 1. After 2.5, the Rangers won, the Angels won. Now the ball game tied up at 1 as we head to the bottom of the 3rd. Time now for the AT trivia question. Who are the only 2 players in Ranger history to steal 10 or more bases against one team in a single season? I know a lot of things go into that. Only 2 players in Ranger history to steal 10 or more bases against one team in a single year. We'll give you half an inning or so to think about that and Google it and use all of your other research stuff. Give you the answer next half inning. Top of the order for the Rangers to face C.J. Wilson in the 3rd. It'll be Ian Kinsler who walked and scored in the 1st inning. Rip and a miss. Wilson taking a little bit off that pitch to Kinsler. Rangers a run on 2 hits. The Angels a run on 4 hits. Wilson back to the plate, and Kinsler pops it up. Into foul territory. Conger being called off by Trumbo. And the first baseman takes charge, makes the catch. And Kinsler is out number 1. Now Elvis Andrus. Elvis executing a hit and run in the first inning of his own. He just rolled one through the right side. I mean, rolled it through. It wasn't going very fast when he got to the outfield grass.
Well, the one the Angels rolled through the infield looked like a rope compared to that one. But they were both very similar to the opposite side of the infield. That's the key with a hit and run. It's just where you locate it, not how hard you hit it. Usually there's no one there, so it doesn't matter how hard you hit it.
Check swing foul. It's 0-1. Well, Elvis with that hit now has extended his hitting streak to a modest 3 games. He's 6 for 17 though in this homestand. 0-1 pitch. 1-1. Go back over the couple of longer spans. The last 27 ball games, Elvis has hit .336. You've seen his average go up nearly 20 points. There's a base hit to right field.
That's a nice hitter right there. Fastball up and away. He waited on it and drove it into right field. But he's been hot over those period of time that you're talking about, Buzz. That's what he's been able to do.
Yep.
Line the outside pitch to right, and if you throw him in, he's been able to pull it. Good pitch for Elvis to hit. See the concentration on the phantom cam. Ball hit right on the good part of the bat.
And so that bat didn't wiggle at all when he hit it. Now we'll see if Elvis decides to set sail for second. Rios takes the first pitch. It's a breaking ball that drops in for strike 1. Alex had an RBI, his 78th of the year on a fielder's choice ground out in the first. Andrews, 6th in the American League. I should say 4th in the American League for 40 stolen bases. As Rios takes strike 2. And Conger. And he gets an agreement from C.J. Wilson for the 0-2 pitch. Inside, that gets away from Conger, so easily down to second is Elvis Andrews. Well, to classify that as a wild pitch is an understatement.
Yeah, Conger did a great job trying to block that ball. Oh, he blocked it, just wasn't able to keep it in front of him. It was not an easy ball to block and keep in front of you.
Right down at the feet of Alex Rios.
Well, Conger's going after it though, boy. Make sure he doesn't get to third.
Elvis in scoring position now with 1 out. A 1-2 count on Rios. Check swing on the breaking ball, and the count evens. 2-2. Told you Alex Rios has had very good success over the years against C.J. Wilson. Came in 8 for 19. 5 RBI now with the RBI in the first inning. And he's got number 6 out there at second base. That's in the person of Elvis Andrews. C.J. Wilson okays the sign, a check of second. Misses low and inside, and it's gone from 0-2 to 3-2. Right, so should. I think he's seen this before. That doesn't make it any more palatable.
I don't know that he gets frustrated anymore, Buzz. He's seen it enough.
A full count with 1 out. Wilson ready. The payoff pitch. Way inside, all the way to the backstop. Rios walks down to third. Goes Andrews. A walk wild pitch. And the Rangers have runners at the corners for Adrian Beltre.
I got to think CJ's a tough guy to catch. It throws fairly hard with good sinking action on it, which is kind of a heavy ball to catch. He's all over the place. You're blocking balls. This one is almost on the other side of Rio. Somehow it missed him. Another almost impossible pitch to block. Maybe he thought he was going to catch it, but he wasn't able to do it. Well, Rangers with a good chance to pick up a run right here. First and third and only one out for Adrian Beltre. Stay out of the double play right here.
Yeah.
Get a good pitch to hit. Adrian helped him out a little bit the last time up. Swung at a pitch probably a little bit up and away.
Yeah, the Rangers also some options on the base paths. If they wanted to get aggressive, you got Rios and Andrews, their two top base stealers at the corners. Angels had a little talk on the mound about the different possibilities. So Elvis at third, Rios at first. Adrian Beltre struck out his first time up there on a 3-2 pitch. Takes a breaking ball that comes in through the back door for strike one. Adrian hitting at .316 as he faces Wilson. Left-handers ready, a check of first. There goes Rios. Pitch is swung on and missed, and Rios into second with his 41st steal of the year. Uncontested. Condor just satisfied with blocking the ball, so he didn't go back to the backstop. So second and third now. The count, however, goes to 0-2 for Beltre. With one out, Angel infield staying back. Adrian can put it in play on the ground up the middle of the diamond. He'll get an RBI. And hit it. Fastball down and in, and Beltre takes one off the left leg. And he was hobbled.
Being all over the place. This is a guy who's 17-7 with a .336 ERA. He's 13-2 in his last 19 starts. He's not even coming close with some of these pitches.
Yeah, and it's not like that was the first one that missed the mark by a little bit.
No, there's been a bunch of them. Right in the side of the knee, it looked like.
Yeah.
Well, now you got the bases loaded and one out. CJ's been very tough on left-handers. And you've got A.J. Przinsky struck out the first time up. And hopefully he'll be able to benefit from the pitches he saw the first time and be able to lay off the breaking ball that's outside and get a good one to hit and rip it for some runs right here.
Well, Beltre, that ever-present smile on his face.
He's even happy when he gets hit in the knee. Actually, CJ had struck Adrian out the first time, had him 0-2 that time.
Yep.
So as long as he's not hurt, that's probably not a bad development. End up at first base after an 0-2 count to a very tough pitcher.
Well, Przinsky steps in. He struck out his first time, but AJ against left-handers lately has hit over 300, 17 for 55. Got a chance here with the bases juiced and just one out. First pitch from Wilson. Tied him up inside, but it was a ball. 1-0.
I think the key in this at bat for AJ is to be patient enough to get a good pitch to hit. Don't help him out. Obviously having trouble throwing a strike.
Now, Przinsky in his last 42 times at the plate with runners in scoring position got 15 hits. That's a .357 average. And a little roller foul down the first baseline, and that was very definitely a pitcher's pitch that he fouled off. Fortunately, he didn't put it in play.
Yeah, exactly. It's way outside, would have been ball two. But, you know, that's, you can't wonder about that with AJ because AJ expands the strike zone every at bat.
Yeah.
That's the kind of hitter he is. He hits those pitches. That's just the way he hits. He's not up there to, he's not going to get a walk. He's going to swing and put the ball in play.
A ball and a strike. Wilson still working from the stretch with the bases full. High and tight. 2-1. I guess to categorize this as a struggle for C.J. Wilson wouldn't be exactly accurate, would it?
It's one thing to miss, but he's missing by feet, not inches.
Yep. He's ready again for the 2-1 pitch. Threw him a hanger, and A.J. recognized it. It was hanging too high. 2-2.
I don't know that he's thrown him a strike yet. Does have a 2-2 count, though. Trying to throw that ball down and away. They're on the inner half of the plate.
Andrews at third, Rios at second, Beltre at first. 1 out. A 1-1 ball game here in the bottom of the third inning. And it hit him. A breaking ball slipped out of his hand. Plunked Brzezinski. Down the line from third to score is Elvis Andrews. And the Rangers, on a bases-loaded hit batter, take a 2-1 lead.
And CJ's looking like he's frustrated that AJ didn't get out of the way. You throw a pitch that bad, something good is not going to happen. No one's going to get out of the way of that pitch. You got the bases loaded. You throw a pitch that far off, you deserve to hit someone and let it run in. Trying to throw the ball down and away, don't even come close. Don't be upset with AJ. Be upset with that bad pitch you just made.
That's just being plain unlucky.
Yeah, just can't catch a break.
So, Rangers come right back. They answer the Angels' run with one of their own. Looking for more here. Bases still loaded. And Jeff Baker, who walked his first time, steps in. He lashes that first pitch foul down the right side.
You don't have to move away from the ball. You can't move into it. He just stood his ground and took a 75-mile-an-hour curveball for an RBI.
Conger flashed the signs out. Wilson has one. And the 0-1 pitch. 1 ball and 1 strike. I'm not sure I can remember seeing C.J. Wilson quite this erratic. Maybe. Now the 1-1 to Baker. That came inside, almost hit it. Here comes Rios down the line, a sliding fake. A wild pitch, the Rangers up their lead to 3-1. That's the third wild pitch in the inning.
He's just getting warmed up. You might want to stop trying to throw that slider down and into the right-hand hitters this inning. When he throws it to a right-hand hitter, it goes way down and in and almost hits him in the feet. When he throws it to a left-hand hitter, it hangs up and in and almost hits the left-hand hitter. So somewhere in between is what the result he's looking for, where it lies.
Well, 1 hit, 2 hit batters, a walk, and 3 wild pitches. The Rangers have put a 2 spot on the board. They're looking for more still. 32 balls, 36 strikes for C.J. Wilson tonight. And we're over in the 3rd inning. C.J. Wilson has more than a quarter of his season total in wild pitches in this inning. He only had 11 in 206. Well, 11's quite a few, but 11 in 206 innings coming in. Got 3 in this frame. The 2-1 pitch. And that is a strike. It's 2-2. If you're a hitter, you're almost surprised every time there's a strike.
Yeah, it's not that easy to hit, that's for sure.
Ryan Brazier, the right-hander, loosening in the Angel bullpen. Now the 2-2. Tried it again, almost had the same result. 3-2 to Baker. Now Baker trying to continue as 4 straight Rangers have reached base. Baker trying to become the 5th. Mitch Moreland will be hitting next. The payoff pitch is coming to Baker. Strike 3 call. And a fastball down about knee high and a big strikeout for C.J. Wilson. That is out number 2, and it brings up Mitch Moreland.
Shocked to see a strike, I guess.
Yep. Yes, so. Moreland steps in having singled through the shortstop hole his first time up. Angels not shifted around nearly as much. Matter of fact, they're just about straight away from Moreland this time. In the dirt, and Conger had to go 6 feet to his left to block that ball.
Conger's going to sign up for hazardous duty pay after this outing. That easily could have been around. That's a great job by Conger to shift his weight all the way to the other batter's box and be able to block that right off his chest and keep it in front of him. It's a super job right there to save a run.
I had Bob Lemon as my first manager in the big leagues. I had a night like this with Buck Martinez catching. Bob Lemon finally came out after about the 3rd inning and put his hand on Buck's shoulder and said to Buck, "Buck, you hang in there. I'll get you out as soon as I can." Turn around and left. I thought he'd come out to take me out. No, just wanted to reassure Buck. That pitch is outside. It's 2-0. Moreland hitting at .233 now. 60 RBI. He's got a couple more out there. Beltre at 3rd. Pierzynski at 2nd base. Outside, 3-0.
Well, some days you have it, some days you don't. This is one of those days for C.J. Wilson.
He's got 29 pitches now coming up in this inning. This is the most that he's had in an inning. 74, and he's not out of the woods yet here in the 3rd. 3 balls and no strikes to Moreland. I would imagine he's got a green light if he sees something in the middle of the plate.
As long as he doesn't have to duck from it.
That one's on the inner part of the plate for strike 1. Maybe that was a game plan. Be wild enough to get hitters.
Well, he's not being hit that hard.
Not being aggressive.
Giving up a couple of soft ground balls and 1 hard hit line drive to right field. Only giving up 3 singles. But it's taken him 75 pitches to do it.
And again, CJ taking a lot of time to figure out what he wants to do. Now the 3-1 pitch. Inside corner. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Now the pitch is able to extend this inning. Craig Gentry will be next.
That pitch is pretty much right down the middle of the plate. See if you can get it again and rip and Mitch pick up a couple of runs right here.
Payoff pitch coming from Wilson. Got him swinging. Foul tipped into Conger's glove, and that'll do it. But the Rangers regain the lead. They get 2 runs on 1 hit, and they strand 2. We're going to the 4th. Rangers 3, Angels 1 on TXA 21. AT&T trivia question answer for tonight. Remember, we asked you to name the only 2 Ranger players in history to steal 10 or more bases in against one team in a single year. And the answer to that question would be Julio Franco, who stole 10 back in '91 against the A's, and Elvis this year has 10 stolen bases against the Angels.
We'll see if Ogando can maintain his concentration after 3 long innings on the bench.
He's dealing to Howie Kendrick to start things off. Be Kendrick, Trumbo, and Conger. First 3 Angels to face Alexi. Kendrick, a single to left field his first time to the plate. Alexi got ahead of him that time, just like he has now, 0-2, and hung him a breaking ball on 1-2. Ogando with 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. This is make it count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Alexi has worked from the stretch the entire time tonight. Foul back, and we'll try it again at 1-2. Ogando facing Kendrick. Kendrick is appearing in his 12th ball game since he has come back into the Angel lineup. Line drive to right field. Rios coming on. The ball hangs up for him. And Alex Rios there to make the grab. That is out number 1. Well, Kendrick a hard out. Rios there to handle it. Now Mark Trumbo. Trumbo drew a walk in the 2nd inning. RBIs for Trumbo. That's a new high water mark for his career, as are the 34 home runs. Down the middle, Alexi taking something off that pitch. 0-1. Last Angel player to hit more than the 34 home runs, Vlad Guerrero, former Ranger, who in 2004 hit 39 for the Angels. So Trumbo in pretty good company. Counts even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Base is empty. 1 away here in the top of the 4th. Good pitch to the outside corner.
Off-speed pitches, a couple of changeups. Not sure what the second pitch was. 89 miles an hour. I guess that might have been a version of a changeup.
Ogando decides on the fastball and missed with it. 2-2. About this Angel club turning things around for themselves and making a push to try and get to 500 before the end of the season. That's become a very important goal for them. Got him swinging. Good heat down, and Trumbo becomes the 3rd strikeout for Ogando tonight.
Good 95-mile-an-hour fastball. He showed him off-speed pitches early in the count and put him away with a good fastball. Throw it by him.
The 2 outs, base is empty. Hank Conger, who grounded into a fielder's choice back in the 2nd, steps in. About this Angel team, though, they had to have some kind of goal to shoot for after everything that's befallen them. The loss of Pujols and having Weaver out for quite a while, and nothing going as they had planned. Pitching staff in shambles. And Mike Socia has felt that, having that at least to shoot for has been a good thing coming down the stretch. Even though realistically, since the first part of September, they knew that they were pretty much out of the running for the division title. And then by the middle of September, the hopes of a wild card berth had gone by the wayside. Ground ball hit into center field, a base hit for Conger. Oh, he keeps the inning alive, a 2-out single. Conger at first now for Colin Cowgill.
Hit the high changeup up the middle.
Cowgill 0 for 1 tonight. A pop out to Adrian Beltre, his first time up. .238 the average now. And the pitch is low for ball 1. Ogando ready, and back to the plate he comes. Ground ball on 2 big hops. Elvis goes a short way, and the force takes care of Conger and the Angels. No runs, a hit, and 1 man left. After 3.5, it's the Rangers 3, the Angels 1 on TXA 21. Is sponsored by SportsCityToyota.com and by the University of Texas at Arlington. A nice Friday night crowd on hand here tonight. The last Friday night fireworks spectacular to follow the ball game. Rangers trying to provide a little fireworks during the game for their fans. Craig Gentry to start things off against C.J. Wilson. Wilson out there after a very erratic first 3 innings of work here tonight. He's 77 pitches, 41 strikes, 36 balls. A couple of hit batters, 3 wild pitches last inning. And he fires strike 1 to Craig Gentry. Gentry flied out to right field his first time to the plate. But Craig hitting an even .270 as he awaits the next offering from C.J. Wilson. On the inside corner, picks up and off it, and Gentry now finds himself down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Greg Gentry making his 7th straight start in left field. Tom told you he'd hit his way into the lineup, and playing so well, Ron Washington just decided to go with him down there for the stretch run.
Yeah, he definitely earned his playing time, Buzz. He's been playing great. The throw he made last night, to make a case just as big as the walk-off homer the Jerks in here early in the game. Gunned down Howie Kendrick at the plate. And a beautiful throw. Getting on base, making things happen on the base, scoring runs.
Ground ball to third. Romine across the diamond. Aaron Gentry is retired for out number 1. And let's go over to once again say hello to Joel Thomas. Joel?
Hey, thanks, Buzz. We want to remind folks that due to the threat of severe weather tomorrow night's game has been moved back from 7 o'clock till 11 a.m. 11 a.m. Gates opening at 9:30. Now, during that game change, we will have an auction going on for goods like this. For Chris Lane, he's a young Australian man who was playing baseball up in Oklahoma and was murdered back in August. And the baseball wives, Megan Harrison here, Matt's wife, y'all are actually raising money for his family, aren't you?
We are. We're having grab bags available tomorrow. They're in $50, $100, and $200 increments. And they have autographed baseballs from current and former players. We also have autographed bats, autographed gloves, and a lot of cool things. So come out for that.
And jerseys. And this is Blackley, who is also from Australia as well.
Yes, we have. This is autographed. We have Blackley's jersey, and we also have an autographed jersey from Grant Balfour that can be that are going to be auctioned off.
All right, sounds good. And the auction starts at 9:30. Again, it's a morning game tomorrow. The auction starts at 9:30 near Section 13 and near the escalators. Buzz?
All right, Joel, thank you. Come on out and participate in that. And great cause and a great auction going on. 1-1 the count to Leonis Martin. And the strike hits the outside corner. It's 1-2. Martin called out on strikes his first time at the plate. C.J. Wilson, despite all of his wildness, is struck out 5 through the first 3 1/3. Check swing. Leonis kind of leaning on that breaking ball. And it's 2-2. Number 4 there, down and away. Home plate umpire Mike DeMuro saying, here, these are the baseballs you got to work with. Which one do you want?
I'll give you a choice. Now we're to the root of the problem.
Bad baseballs, huh?
Not rubbed up.
Mike Sosha's going to check him out.
Well, at least we know. At least we know what the problem is. Yeah. Problem with the baseball.
Must be it.
Got a ball that CJ can't throw, but Ogando can throw. Magic formula.
Line drive right at Howie Kendrick, the second baseman. That is out number 2. 2 up, 2 away, and back to the top of the order for Ian Kinsler. And there's your update. The top of the 9th inning up north of the border. The Blue Jays have a 6-2 lead over Tampa Bay. If the Rays lose that, they would be tied with the Cleveland Indians if the Indians hang on at Minnesota. Both of them would be 1 game ahead if the Rangers can keep pace. It's coming down right down to the wire. Major League Baseball today put out the formula for a tiebreaker if there were 3 teams tied for the 2 wild card spots. We'll talk about that as the time goes on here tonight. Rangers out in order for the first time tonight. 1-2-3 inning for C.J. Wilson and the Angels. We're going to the 5th. Rangers 3, Angels 1. Sponsored by Standard Insurance. Call 1-800-929-2424. And by Frank Kent Hyundai. Shop us online at fkhyundai.com. The Angels come to bat here in the top of the 5th inning. Rangers leading 3-1. Alexi Ogando dealing to Andrew Romine. First pitch outside for ball 1. Romine singled to lead off the 3rd inning. Came around to score. He was driven home on a sacrifice fly by Cole Calhoun. Ogando missing with the 2nd pitch. 2 balls and no strikes to Romine. Alexi back to the plate. A rip and a miss. Jurickson Profar just waiting for his opportunity to come up in the 9th inning again. How about that home run he hit last night?
There's no doubt about that one.
Ball 3 is upstairs. And Ron Washington said after the game, asked about his thought pattern going to Profar to lead off the night. He said, well, I just thought he had a good chance to maybe get on base or, walk or get a single or something like that. And said he gave me a little more than I thought. I would hope so. Up the middle into center field, and Romine with his 2nd base hit, his 2nd leadoff hit of an inning. That begins the 5th against Ogando.
Well, last time in this situation, they went to the hit and run. Ibar rolled the ball through the infield to make it 1st and 3rd with nobody out. Alexi fell behind Romine 3-1, made him a better hitter looking for that 3-1 fastball. He knew that Alexi didn't want to walk him, wasn't going to be too fancy with a 3-1 pitch. He was able to get pretty good wood on it, roll that ground ball up the middle for a base hit.
So Ibar steps in, 1 for 2, tried to bunt his way aboard in the 1st, and Beltre threw him out. Last time, as Tom told you, he had that hit and run single. First pitch to him here is a belt high strike. 0-1 the count. Ibar now a 4-game hitting streak after that 3rd inning single. In his 4 ball games, he's 6 for 15. Alexi set a check of first. And a chopper down the first base line. It is a foul ball. Home plate umpire Mike DeMuro coming out to make that call since he was in front of the bag at first. Down toward home from first base. That's his call. And once the ball gets to the bag, it becomes the first base umpire's call. Scott Berry in this case, whether it's fair or foul. Ibar against the Rangers, not a terribly good year, just 189, but he has 5 doubles among his hits, driven in a couple. Always a pesky kind of hitter. Right down at his shoe tops. And the count now runs to 1-2.
Ball hit the umpire in the foot. Otherwise, that ball goes back to the screen. Keeps the rebel play in order thanks to the right leg of Mike DeMuro.
You got to have pretty good control to hit the umpire's leg.
Yeah.
Pitch.
A little bit of luck too. You have to get it by the catcher.
Foul back. We'll try it again. So Alexi, not quite as sharp as he was in Kansas City last time out, but still holding this Angel Ball club down. They've touched him for 6 base hits in 5 innings. Only 1 run so far.
Doesn't really have the command of his fastball that we've seen the first couple of times, first couple of starts that he's had.
In the air to center field. Leonis Martin almost dead in his tracks. Makes the catch. Back to first goes Romine. That was the first out. And it will bring up Cole Calhoun. First time we've had a chance to call Leonis' name out there on a fly ball tonight. Calhoun steps to the plate 1 for 1. Single in the first, had a sacrifice line drive in the third inning. Lined out to Alex Rios to plate Andrew Romine. So Calhoun now at a 280, 32 RBI to go along with his 8 home runs. And Romine with pretty good speed at first. So let's see, making sure he keeps an eye on it. Calhoun recalled for the second time back on July 28th. Since that point, he has led all American League rookies with his 32 home runs. The first pitch is low for ball 1. Calhoun with 5 home runs for his last 31 ball games. He's hit right at 310. Up there now with Andrew Romine at first, and 1 out here in the 5th inning. Rip and a miss. Alexi got the off-speed pitch over.
Swinging at that like it's a fastball, but he took about 5 or 6 miles an hour off it, had him out in front of it for a strike. And the pitch, get a ground ball right here.
Alexi wants to go back with that changeup again. Hits this one to right field. That's a base hit. Romine picking it up, going to third. The throw from Rios is cut off, and the throw back to first is high. Well, Calhoun was able to get back under the tag from Moreland. Moreland had to knock the ball down. He tried to go back-to-back changeups to Calhoun. Not a bad idea, but execution wasn't quite there. Calhoun got a changeup up and drove it to right. So runners at the corners, and just 1 out for Mike Trout.
He's lucky that didn't turn into a home run. Both those changeups have been right down the middle of the plate. He fooled him with the first one, but he didn't fool him with that one. Been a pretty close play at first if he'd thrown it about a foot over the bag.
Sure would have. Well, Calhoun at first with his second hit of the night. Mike Trout steps in 0 for 1. A strikeout and a walk. Rangers trying to get the double play ball out of Trout if they can. Fouls off that first pitch. It is 0-1. In the last 2 nights, it's like Mike Trout, as you see the numbers for Trout scoring runners from third base with less than 2 out. It really looks like Trout is making a concerted effort to block off the left side of the field and hit the ball back up the middle or to the other side, to the right side. It seemed like before you'd see him every once in a while try and turn on the ball and pull it if he got a pitch. So now Jason Frazier loosening in that Ranger bullpen. A ball and a strike. Ogando's next pitch. And it's 2-1. Final from Toronto, where the Blue Jays have defeated the Tampa Bay Rays 6-3. So the Rays, as you see in the update on the wild card, a half game ahead of Cleveland, pending the outcome of that Cleveland-Minnesota game. A game and a half ahead of the Rangers.
Cleveland has a 7-1 lead in the 5th inning of that game.
Ball 3 is low and away.
We're starting to see Lexi kind of yank that fastball down and away to a right-hand hitter, something we didn't see in his first 2 starts back.
Might be a little fatigue factor setting in here tonight. He's had to cram 77 pitches into less than 5 innings. He might be stretched out, able to throw 90 to 100 pitches, but when you have high stress innings, it takes more out of you. He loses Trout, and the walk loads the bases for Josh Hamilton. Mike Maddox on his way out to the mound. second time that Ogando had walked Trout. Third walk in the game for Ogando. AJ telling Alexi and Mike Maddox what he's seeing from behind home plate. And part of it had to do with the alignment. When you see a catcher start pointing like he's talking about down a straight line, it usually means what he's seeing is that the pitcher's body is not coming straight toward him. It's falling off before he releases the ball one side or the other. Typically a right-hander will fall off toward first base, getting the body out in front a little bit early. Ogando now with the 3 walks. That's the most he's had in the ball game since way back in the early part of August. Against Oakland on August 5th. Here's Hamilton, who was grounded into a double play and struck out. A ground ball by the dive of Moreland into right field, a base hit. 1 run is home. The throw to the plate is not in time as Calhoun scores. And Josh Hamilton with a 2-run single has tied this game at 3.
They got a big hole on the right side with the first baseman holding. No, he wasn't holding the run, was he? Just rolled that ball right through there. A high pitch out over the plate. Lexi's getting that pitch up a little bit. Just out of the reach from Mitch Moreland. Couldn't quite get to it. Not a hard hit ball, just located well between the 2 fielders.
So 3 runs on 8 hits now for the Angels, and Hamilton extends his hitting streak to 12 straight ball games, and he also accounts for his 1,000th career base hit. And Josh Hamilton, that a milestone that I'm sure there were a lot of times he never thought he was going to get to, but he has, and congratulations to Hamilton. Swing and a miss by Howie Kendrick. It is 0-1. Kendrick 1 for 2 tonight. He was single to left and he's lined to right field. He's got Mike Trout down at third, Josh Hamilton at first. 2 runs across here in the 5th inning for the Angels. Still just 1 out. Chopper foul, and Ogando now with the advantage in the count to Kendrick. Kendrick a little bit less than the Major League average as far as scoring runners from third with less than 2 outs. Ogando ready at checking the runners. 0-2 still. Alexi, been a bit of a struggle here the last couple of innings for him. The right-hander is ready once again. Kendrick able to check his swing on that breaking ball. It is 1-2. 83 pitches tonight for Ogando. That is the most he has thrown since coming off the disabled list the 3rd time. Trying to work through this 5th inning. Ground ball, Beltre backhands to second. The return to first in time. A nicely turned double play around the horn, and that'll do it for the Angels. They score twice on 3 hits, and they lead 1. We're halfway through the ball game. It's the Rangers 3 and the Angels 3. Texas Rangers baseball on TXA 21 is sponsored by your Texas Ford dealers. Visit your Texas Ford dealer and drive the best-selling trucks for 36 straight years. Ford is the best in Texas. Well, the Angels have come back to tie this ball game at 3. C.J. Wilson back to the hill, surviving on some good fortune and some guile here tonight. C.J. Wilson certainly hasn't had his best stuff going, but he will face Elvis Andrus, who is 2 for 2 against him. 1 ball, no strikes. Elvis twice has singled to the right side. Came around to score his last time.
Well, CJ came back and had a real quick 4th inning. Threw a lot of strikes and got out of the inning with 3 ground balls. Actually 1 line drive to second base.
2-0 pitch. Now 2-1. Well, it would have been a ground ball had Kendrick been playing deeper in right field.
He's playing that out in short right field.
Yeah.
Would have been a 1-hopper.
The 2-1. That ball's hit well to center field. Hamilton is back to home plate, going back, and makes the catch after turning the wrong way a couple of times. But Hamilton able to outrun that ball, and very good defensive play. Elvis gave that a ride.
Well, that's one in the old days of the wind tunnel out there that might have gone right into the grass in the middle of center field. Got a pitch up and drove it really well. Josh got turned around. He's playing pretty shallow, but he got a good jump, and he's a great athlete. He's still able to run it down and make it look easy.
No, that is the first out. Now here's Alex Rios. 1 ball, no strikes. Rios an RBI and a fielder's choice in the first inning. And Alex skies the next pitch to right field. Calhoun settles in underneath it, makes the grab, and there are 2 outs on 2 fly balls.
After CJ hit Przynski, he struck out Baker, he struck out Moreland, and he's had 5 quick outs after that. So he definitely figured it out after that hit by pitch.
Adrian Beltre hit by a pitch his last time up. 0 for 1. Wilson reading the signs from Conger. The first pitch is right down the middle for strike 1. That's out of play to the right. No balls and 2 strikes. Take a look at the Ford leaderboard tonight. We'll check in with the most hits since the start of last year in Major League Baseball. Miguel Cabrera up there at 394. Beltre only 5 behind him with 389. Robinson Cano, Andrew McCutcheon, Mike Trout. 1-2 as the pitch sails outside to Adrian. Beltre with 5 more hits would have his second career 200-hit season. First one came in the great year he had with the Dodgers in 04. Chops it foul, stays alive, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Beltre with another 9 RBI would get to 100 RBI. Wilson to the wind. The pitch in the dirt. 2-2. Well, Adrian over the years has amassed his best offensive numbers against the Angels. 31 home runs, 113 RBI, 183 hits, 36 doubles, 91 runs. Whether it be in Anaheim or his home ballpark, he really loved getting against Angel pitching. Fly ball to right field, that sends Calhoun back, but is dying in front of the warning track. 3 fly balls, the Rangers gone in order. We have finished 5 at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. It remains the Rangers 3 and the Angels 3 on TXA 21. Is sponsored by Freedom Chevrolet. There you go. Whatever he's been eating, it was good. I'll tell you that. And chocolate.
He might be working on a stomachache right now. He's got that look on his face. I can't believe I ate the whole thing.
Yeah. In about 20 minutes, I'm going to want another one, too. And she's thinking about what she wants to eat right now. Mom's telling her all the possibilities. Mark Trumbo starts off the top of the 6th inning by swinging through an Alexi Ogando fastball. It's 0-1. Trumbo, a walk and a strikeout tonight. Angels have 3 runs on 8 hits against Ogando through the first 5 innings. Rangers 3 runs on 3 hits against C.J. Wilson as Alexi misses outside to even the count at 1-1. Trumbo hitting at .236. Late swing and a miss by Trumbo. Not sure he recognized that pitch very well.
I'd try that same pitch again.
Alexi's command had deserted him a little bit more tonight than his last couple of times out. And he gets the strikeout here. Trumbo, second time he has struck out the big first baseman. 4 strikeouts tonight and 1 away here in the 6th.
What?
And let's go over and say hello to Joel Thomas once again. Joel?
Hey, thanks, Buzz. You know, we had 2 devastating hurricanes hit Mexico, 1,000 people dead, 100,000 without homes. And Benji Gill, former Ranger and current Ranger broadcaster, you've got some relief work going on and folks at home can help out with.
Yes, absolutely. It's Sumate Ya. You can go also to the American Red Cross, help out in any way you can, monetary, or I'm sure if there's other ways where you want to donate water or food, I'm sure they'll find a way to be able to help those people out. It's the worst, the most devastating natural situation that's ever happened in Mexico in its 200-year history. It's just people don't know what to do, really.
Well, they can get online and donate. That's SUMATEYA, sumatea.com. Buzz?
All right, thanks very much, Joel. Benji, appreciate it. Pitching change underway here with Jason Frazier coming on. We will take a timeout. Back on TXA 21 right after this. November the 10th. This Christian music festival will provide a whole day of family-friendly entertainment with performances by Third Day, Switchfoot, Peter Fuller, who's the former lead singer of the Newsboys, and many more. Tickets are on sale today at TexasRangers.com/SpiritFest. Jason Frazier now has come on to take over for Alexi Ogando here with the bases empty and one out in the 6th inning.
He'll face the switch hitter, Hank Conger. Left-hand hitters against Jason Frazier hitting 156.
Conger takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. Conger tonight is 1 for 2. And a fielder's choice ground out that ended the 2nd inning. And the last time up, he had a base hit. And Alexi sitting there talking with Ron Washington. Ron explaining the situation to him. And with Alexi just getting back into the rotation, I'm sure Wash wanted to let him know, hey, it's, just understand the time of year it is. I couldn't really afford to get you any further. You're struggling a little bit, and we need to get these next 3 wins under our belts. Situation different in the middle part of the year. You certainly would have been out there to finish up the 6th and hopefully the 7th.
Well, there's a lot of times the starter has to go a little farther just to preserve the bullpen, but not this time of year.
Conger a rip and a miss, and Brzezinski will finish off the strikeout with a throw to first. That is out number 2.
And that's the pitch that neutralizes left-hand hitters for Jason, and has really allowed him to dominate left-hand hitters for the most part this year. Take a look at it. Good changeup.
He almost has that splitter action with the bottom
does.
falling out of it.
Does.
So 2 outs here, base is empty, and Colin Cowgill will step to the plate. Cowgill against Frazier, 0 for 2. Limited number of at-bats. In case you missed it, Cowgill in the lineup tonight. Place of J.B. Shuck. Shuck sprained his right ankle last night. Had to leave midway through the ballgame. No word on his availability for the rest of the series. But Cowgill in there. And he is 0 for 2 tonight. A pop out and a ground out. One ball and 1 strike. Frazier in the second half of the season really has become a workhorse out in the bullpen as far as getting into ball games. So 6th, 7th, 8th innings. Anytime Wash felt he needed a right-hander to shut it down, and before you get to the 8th inning setup man, Frazier has done a very good job for the skipper and his ball club. Got off to kind of a slow start early in the year in the Ranger uniform, but he has really performed admirably. The 1-2 pitch in the dirt, and the count is even now at 2-2. Alexi Ogando, the starter, went 5 1/3. His log shows 8 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. And the last man he faced, Mark Trumbo, he struck out, so that was a good way to leave the ball game on that good note. Brzezinski with the signs. Frazier set. And the 2-2 is fouled away to the right. Once again, tomorrow's ball game has been moved up to an 11 a.m. start. Threat of wet weather tomorrow afternoon, late and tomorrow night. Rangers, with the season coming to a close on Sunday, the better part of valor would be to move that game up. We'll have it for you on Fox Sports Southwest. That's the second ball we've gotten into our booth this last couple of nights.
It is.
Must be something about the late season jet stream. Now he's going to auction the ball off. There you go. Very nice, Allie. Very nice. Made that young man very happy. Got him swinging.
Oh, boy, Jason.
Well, Frazier comes in, strikes out a couple. The Rangers, between Ogando and Frazier, strike out the side. Bottom of the sixth coming up. Rangers 3, Angels 3 on TXA 21. Sonic. Tonight's jackpot is worth $200 and dinner for two at Sonic Drive-In. Tonight, the Rangers are hitting for Judy Grimes from Canton. And if a Ranger hits a grand slam this inning, Judy Grimes from Canton is going to win $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. C.J. Wilson back to the hill, and he will face A.J. Przinsky, Jeff Baker, and Mitch Moreland here in a 3-3 ball game.
Well, you got to give C.J. some credit. He's retired 8 straight, and after he hit Przinsky with a pitch in the 3rd inning, it did not look like he'd be pitching in the 6th inning. So for turning it around, he deserves a lot of credit.
Sure does. You can see he's just made his 101st pitch of the night. A.J., along with being hit by a pitch, he gave him an RBI too, his 68th of the year. He's also struck out. And that goes to the backstop. 1 ball and 1 strike. A.J. hitting at .272. Wilson back to him. Breaking ball, that's hit well to center field. But Hamilton will have a play well in front of the track. Out number 1.
The balls that used to go over the fence to the warning track or close just don't carry anymore. Another can of corn on a ball that looked like it was hit pretty well.
And Neil Kotz loosening in the Ranger bullpen. Might see Neil this next half inning. But right now, Jeff Baker trying to get something going for the Rangers in this 3-3 game. Baker has walked and struck out in the 2 at-bats that he's had against C.J. Wilson. And he takes ball 1 down and in. Matter of fact, Baker, one of the bigger strikeouts that Wilson had all night. Got caught looking at a 3-2 fastball with the bases loaded. One and 1 the count. And a chopper foul down the 3rd base side. The count moves to 1-2.
Talked about CJ before the game. No pitcher in baseball has averaged more pitches per start than CJ. Tick over 110 pitches per start. On track to go a little bit over that today. But based on the first 3 innings, pretty amazing that he's only thrown 107 pitches right now.
Yeah, and that's a little deceptive in CJ's. We think about, 107 pitches, he must be doing his job. He's averaged that in just over 6 innings per start.
Yeah.
And that's not exactly the kind of production you want from a quality starter. You'd like for that to get him into the 7th and 8th innings virtually every time out. He gets a swinging strike 3 from Baker, who gets punched out for the 2nd time tonight. 2 gone, and Mitch Moreland coming up. Our TXU Energy replay showing you the wildness of C.J. Wilson in that 3rd inning. A couple of hit batters and 3 different wild pitches. Had a walk mixed in there. The Rangers able to capitalize for 3 runs. TXU Energy, the right things right now. But as Tom told you, he was able to regroup in the last 2 outs of that 3rd inning on strikeouts, and retiring now the 11 straight. Make the 10 straight. And Mitch Moreland, who was the final out of that 3rd inning. Down on the count here, no balls and 1 strike. Mitch 1 for 2. Had a single through the shortstop hole his first time to the plate. And that pitch inside. It is 1-1. Mitch waiting patiently as Wilson studies the signs. And the breaking ball hangs upstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Moreland now 3 out of 12 in this homestand. Scored a couple of runs. He's driven in a couple of runs. Trying to get on base here with 2 outs in the 6th inning. 2-1, 3-1. As that breaking ball is a little short. Left-hander, Buddy Bushers, Ryan Coelho. Now the 3-1. Breaking ball is low. Ball 4. Moreland draws the 2-out walk, and Craig Gentry coming up. Well, that's the first base run of the Rangers have had since the 3rd inning. And Gentry will see if he can make Mike Scioscia's club pay for it. Rangers have been very good about turning nothing happening in the first 2 outs of an inning into something happening with 2 outs. Gentry tonight 0 for 2. A fly ball to right, a ground ball to 3rd. Pitch outside for ball 1. A check at first by Wilson. And he throws a strike to even the count at 1-1. Rip and a miss. Wilson able to take something off that pitch and had Gentry out in front. Moreland, the runner at first, not being held closely by Mark Trumbo. And the pitch just low. 2-2. Wilson is ready again. Up the middle, base hit. Moreland to second. Will stop there as Hamilton gets to the ball quickly. Gentry with his first hit of the night. The Rangers have runners at first and second. And Leonis Martin coming up with 2 outs.
He tried that same off-speed pitch that Craig missed for strike 2. And Craig was able to wait on this one and hammer it up the middle for a base hit. Only the Rangers' 4th hit of the day. But it puts a man in scoring position in a tie game. And the ball is hit just a little bit toward the end of the bat. That's why you saw the vibration in the bat, but still a well-hit ball for Craig.
Well, Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, out to talk with his battery. C.J. Wilson and Hank Conger. That's just the 4th Ranger hit of the night against Wilson. He has been effectively wild, I guess you could say. And Leonis Martin, go back to this homestand on Monday night here against the Astros. A bases clearing double. On Wednesday, ditto. Into the right field corner. Brought in 3. Last night, only had 2 men on. Same thing. Double to right center. 2 huge runs. And up there now with runners at first and second and 2 out.
Well, about the same time that he did that in those games. Right about the time you're looking for him to do it again right here. Right in the count. Should be 120 pitches for Wilson. If you're getting a little tired, hang one up there and rip it.
Moreland at second, Gentry at first. Gentry, if you get it anywhere near a gap, he's going to score. And Leonis 0 for 2 tonight. Check his swing, and it's a strike at the bottom of the zone. Last 10 ball games, most RBI in the American League. The 1-1 pitch. Hit toward right center field. Hamilton on his horse. Into the alley, makes the catch as he goes to one knee. Well, Leonis gave it a shot, and Hamilton able to track it down. The Rangers are held scoreless. No runs on a hit. They leave 2. We're going to the 7th. 3-3 the score. something for one of its members. Steve Tennyson is one of the best
Boomstick Express.
cameramen in all
Casey
of baseball.
Raffin
And,
controls the Boomstick Express.
they raffled off the
Casey
ride
has
in the
the
18-foot-long Boomstick. Chuck Morgan announcing their arrival at the ballpark. This was all before the game. Kevin Lewis, Chris Josephson, and Phil Eisen got the honor of riding around in the Boomstick. Get well, Steve. That comes from all of us. And Steve Tennyson, who's been battling some health issues. The guys doing what they can to go, Steve. We certainly are thinking about him. Wish him the very best. Nice going, guys. That's a great gesture. O'Neal Kotz now will take over. Here in the 7th inning, Kotz replaces Jason Frazier. And Kotz will work to Andrew Romine, who turns around to hit from the right side, taking strike one. Romine 2 for 2. Pair of singles against the starter, Alexi Ogando.
Yeah, Romine started both rallies. One in the 3rd and the 2-run rally in the 5th with his 2 hits.
So you'd probably want to keep him off base here starting off this inning.
I'd say keep him off base.
0-2 pitch from Kotz. It was a foul ball. It came up and got Romine while he was still in the batter's box.
The excellent numbers for Neil Kotz this year. 56th game. He's won 6 games. ERA down in the 115 range. Going to do it one more time right here.
Romine back in the batter's box. Kotz okays the sign and sets. 0-2 pitch. Oh, he jammed him. A little roller out to Kinsler. And that is out number 1. Ouch. Good thing it's a warm night. You might have heard the vibrations on our microphone that's behind home plate. Proud Mike might have picked all that up.
Yeah, that one didn't jump off the bat very well, which tends to happen when you hit it way down near your hands.
Sounds like you hit it with this morning's newspaper. No, one away, now back to the top of the order. Another switch hitter, Eric Ibar, now hitting from the right side. It's out of play behind home plate. It is 0-1. Ibar, a single in 3 trips. Ibar 0 for 1 against Neil Kotz. Breaking ball down and in, or a cut fastball. Well, last night the Twins scored 4 in the 9th inning. Tonight they're not waiting quite as long. They have narrowed the gap to against the Tribe to a 9-6 score in the 6th. They were down 9-1 tonight before they are putting on that furious rally.
Yeah, they got. Go ahead, Buzz.
That's right.
They got to within 1 last night. Had 2 men on first and second. And I think it was Arcia struck out to end the ball game. Their problem might not be getting the next 3 runs. It's going to be holding the Indians to only 9.
Yeah. I don't know whether he was trying to check his swing or. Well, it was a foul tip into Brzezinski's glove anyway.
Yeah, I don't know how he fouled it off.
I don't either. So Kotz gets a strikeout, 2 gone.
That's not your typical swing.
Like a guy waving a sword up there. 2 away, and Cole Calhoun will step in. Calhoun, a perfect night going. He was 2 for 2 with a sacrifice fly, driving in his 32nd run of the year. Calhoun is facing Kotz for the 3rd time. He has won for his previous 2 times to the plate. As Kotz deals on the outside corner, it's 1-1. Three runs on 8 hits for the Angels, 3 runs on 4 hits for the Rangers. 2-1 to Calhoun. Calhoun a single in the first, a sacrifice fly in the third, and another single in the fifth, and came around to score. Rip and miss. Cox fired one by him. Joaquin Soria, right-hander, loosening in the Ranger pen. Crowd getting into things here as the ball game goes along. Now in the seventh inning. Getting behind Neil Cox. 3-2. Cox not wanting to lose Calhoun because you have Mike Trout waiting in the on-deck circle. Cox sets the payoff pitch. Got him swinging. Fastball right on by Calhoun. It's a 3-up, 3-down inning for Neil Cox. Stretch time at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. 3-3 the score. And now please join Chuck Morgan as he asks the fans to honor America, the singing of God Bless America.
Will you please rise as we remember the servicemen and women who are serving our country at home and around the world. We invite everyone in Rangers Ballpark to join in singing God Bless America.
Dealer of the game is Freeman Honda. A large crowd on hand this Friday night, last Friday night of the regular season, and they are cheering their Rangers on. Right now it's a 3-3 ball game as the Rangers come to bat in the seventh inning, top of the order. They will be facing Juan Gutierrez as C.J. Wilson is finished after 6 rather lengthy innings.
Well, the big guy will be pitching in his 52nd ball game for the Angels this year. Struck out 44 in 54 innings. Big, hard-throwing guy. Saw him in last night's game, tuning it up in the mid-90s. C.J. Wilson got through 6 innings. Boy, it didn't look like he was going to do it in the middle of the 3rd inning.
Sure
but
did.
He finished strong.
6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs. They were all earned. 4 walks, 6 strikeouts, and 2 hit batters.
Rangers made a bid in the 6th inning. Martin hit the ball pretty well to right center field. Josh went over, made a nice running catch to take a base hit and at least 1 RBI away from it.
And Ian Kinsler leading off the Rangers 7th inning, takes ball 1 high and away. Kinsler, a walk and a run scored in the 1st. Since then, he is fouled out and grounded to short. Gutierrez, a perfect inning last night. Had 1 strikeout in that ball game as he worked the 7th inning. Faced Andres, Rios, and Beltre. Tonight, 1 batter more than that up toward the top, Ian Kinsler. 2-0 is the count. Now 2-1. Gutierrez, you'll remember, acquired off waiver claim from Kansas City back in July by the Angels. Angels bullpen very depleted by early season injuries. Right-hander sets for the 2-1. Inside, 3 balls and a strike. Well, a 3-3 game. Ian trying to get aboard to start the Rangers 7th. He'll be followed by the shortstop, Elvis Andrus. And Tanner Shepard. Loose and ready in the Ranger bullpen. The 3-1 pitch coming. Outside, ball 4, and Kinsler draws the leadoff walk.
Good start to the 7th inning. Get your leadoff man with speed on. Got a guy that can handle the bat and is swinging a great bat like Elvis coming up next. A lot of options right here for Ron Washington. One is to sit back and watch Elvis hit another line drive.
That'd be good. Elvis taking a long look down to Gary Pettis, who was going through the sign. Elvis, it's amazing to watch him grow over the last 5 years or so and see the maturity. He understands situations now so much better. And that's what happens when you learn the game at the level that he has. Kinsler will draw a throw to first. Ian's running game has not been as active this year as it had been in the past. He's had a career high 10 caught stealings this year.
Elvis has a couple of hits. His hardest hit ball was the line drive he hit last time up to the warning track in dead center field.
And that one's high in the air, and that will twist out of play down the right side. It is 0-1. Elvis kind of walking around like he's thought he had a pitch to work with and didn't put the swing on it he wanted to. Yeah, that's pretty close to middle. That would be, I guess, in a hitter's mind, putting it on a tee for you.
Yeah, and I think that's where the velocity comes in, Buzz. 95, you got a better chance of getting away with it than you do if it's 91 or 89.
Yeah. Especially on the first pitch when you haven't seen him that night.
Yeah.
Gutierrez is a big guy, as you can tell, and he's got Kinsler at first. Nobody out here in the 7th inning of a 3-3 game. Breaking ball is outside. 1-1. I think Gutierrez in his former life was a left-hander. He wears that hat kind of cockeyed. Right-hander, okay's the sign. He's ready. A check of Kinsler. And he goes that way. A quick throw.
Careful.
Almost got Ian leaning. Yeah, I think Ian was headed to second. Still 1-1 to Elvis. And another throw away, gets by. It's off the facing of the seats, down to second, and stopping there, putting the brakes on as Trumbo got to the ball. But Kinsler, on the errant throw by Gutierrez, advances 90 feet. Well, that's another thing the speed does to you. It puts pressure on all the throws that a pitcher and infielder have to make.
Trumbo, it looked like he might be able to get to third, but Trumbo's played the outfield, he's played third base, got a strong arm. Gary's holding him up, and you see Trumbo's throw coming across the infield, a little something on it. Oh, good situation right here. You got Elvis up there, hit the ball to the right side, maybe bunt him over. Definitely want to get Ian over to third base with one out. Get that go-ahead run in there.
Yeah, conference on the mound. Mike Butcher, the pitching coach, out to talk with the entire infield and his battery of Conger and Gutierrez. Alex Rios readying himself in the on-deck circle. For the error, charged on the throw to Gutierrez. First error by either team tonight. We'll see what Ron Washington decides to have Elvis do here on the 1-1 pitch. Both Conger, or I should say both corners, are in. Elvis around to bunt and takes the breaking ball high. It is 2-1. That play you had charging down from first was Trumbo. And Romine, the third baseman, immediately went back to the bag. So any ball bunted hard to third is Gutierrez's responsibility. And I'm not sure you can get over the line very quickly. And the right-hander sets again, the 2-1 pitch. And it's butted nicely to third base. That'll get the job done. Romine on to Kendrick. 5-4 on the sacrifice. Kinsler to third. He's there with one out, and Rios coming to the plate. Very well executed sacrifice bunt, and Elvis is the best in the American League at that. That's his 15th of the year.
Well, it's exactly what you want to do. Bunt it to the third baseman. You do that, it's pretty much an automatic sacrifice bunt. Now you got the infield in. The ball in the air to the outfield.
And a breaking ball stays high and inside for ball one. Rios faced Gutierrez last night and hit a fly ball to right field. That would be just fine right here with Kinsler at third base. Angel infield, as you saw, at the cut of the grass, with the exception of Andrew Romine, the third baseman, who's playing back behind the bag. Fouled off, and the count evens at 1-1 to Rios. Alex tonight an RBI on a ground out in the first inning. Walked and scored in the third and flied to right in the fifth. Rangers again trying to take advantage of a defensive miscue. A walk to Kinsler, an error on the throw, and then a good sacrifice bunt. Check swing on the breaking ball that's down and away. It's 2-1. Rios batting .276. Juan Gutierrez reading the signs. Now the pitch to the plate. Base hit to right field. Kinsler will score. Alex Rios, the RBI single. The Rangers go on top, 4-3.
Good job right there. Trying to put the ball in play. Go back through the middle with it. A fastball he could handle, and he hit it hard. You got the infield in. They don't have enough time to react. The ball's got to be hit pretty much, if you hit it hard, right at one of the infielders for them to make the play. That one wasn't going to matter. It was pretty much exactly between the first baseman and the second baseman. Good job by Alex. Not trying to hit the ball too hard, just trying to make some solid contact.
Yep. That's that approach that guys like to talk about. The approach being what you try to do mentally and then adjust to it physically. That's a great job. His second RBI of the night, 79 for the season. The Rangers back on top 4-3. Here's Adrian Beltre. Beltre 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. 0-1. Beltre struck out last night against Gutierrez. And again, Buddy Boucher's the only left-hander that Mike Scioscia has available to him out in the bullpen.
He just played a team with only one left-hander. Who was that? Kansas City?
It was Houston.
Houston?
Pitch is high. The throw to second is late. And in with his second stolen base of the night, 42nd of the season, is Alex Rios.
No contest. He gets a good jump, accelerates quickly, doesn't take many steps, generally slides in safely to second base.
He was going so fast, the momentum knocked over Kendrick. Beltre takes the breaking ball off the plate outside. It's 2-1. Well, still just one out here. Beltre looking to up the ante a bit. It's 5 for his last 35, though, in these situations for Beltre. He's hitting only .247 over the year. 2-1 pitch. Fouled back. And the count evens. Beltre whistling in the wind as he gets ready to face Gutierrez on a 2-2 pitch. Alex Rios, the runner at second base, establishing his lead out there. Gutierrez ready to work. Fastball. Close, strike 3. Beltre.
Well, that's one you don't see very often. I mean, he might miss a ball, but you don't see him take a strike very often in that situation.
Gutierrez freezing Adrian Beltre.
Yeah, right down the center of the plate. He's just thinking about a different pitch, different location.
Well, that's going to do it for Juan Gutierrez. Buddy Boucher's is coming on. We will take a timeout with this pitching break. Rangers have regained the lead. It's 4-3 Texas. Back after this on TXA 21. Home go-ahead run. Rios at second base, and with A.J. Przinsky coming up, Mike Scioscia's gone to the bullpen. He's come out with a left-hander, Buddy Boucher's. Here's worked in last night's ball game, and he is on here again tonight.
He's going to try to get A.J. Przinsky with 2 outs and a man on second. Rangers leading by 1, trying to get that insurance run in right here. 24th game for Bo Shears.
Przinsky 0 for 2 with an RBI. He was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Trying to bring home Alex Rios. That was after that Bo Shears offering that's down and away. It is strike 1. AJ is also flied out and struck out tonight. Facing the 25-year-old Bo Shears. 0-1 pitch. Nothing in 2. Bo Shears from Huntsville, Alabama. 6'3", about 205 pounds. He has pitched at Double-A, Triple-A, and the major leagues this year with the Angels. And Przinsky chops it foul to stay alive. Still 0-2. Shears originally a 4th-round draft pick in 2008 by the Angels. Another 0-2 pitch. Slap foul the other way, and Gary Pettis having to get out of the way quickly. And we'll try it again. Shears, a high set, a check of second. And a looper up the middle, behind second base. The shortstop has to throw is wide. The coming to the plate is Rios, and he scores.
Wow.
Rios never stopped coming around third. Ibar made a high throw to Trumbo, and by the time Trumbo reacted, steaming around third and scoring with a slide was Alex Rios. And the Rangers lead 5-3.
What a play. I don't know how A.J. hit the ball that hard. It looked like the way he swung and where the pitch was, it should be just a little softly hit ball, but it was actually hit hard. Got up there quickly. Ibar was able to catch it. A.J. hustling all the way. I don't know how he hit the ball that hard with that swing. Beats the throw. How many guys on our team can do that? Ian can do it. Elvis does it. Gentry's done it. Now Rios has done it. Score from second on an infield play. That's fun to watch.
Yeah,
boy.
Pettis making sure he's waving him the whole way. Watch Rios when he gets to third. Pettis saying, go, go. Great play. Well, that's going to do it for Bo Shears. He is finished after giving up the hit that scored a run from second. Well, another pitching change underway here at Rangers Ballpark. A happy Ranger dugout. The Rangers leading 5-3. We're back after this. Aggressively after Mike Scioscia's club, they have taken a 5-3 lead, and now Corey Rasmus enters the ball game to take over. He's the third pitcher used this inning by Mike Scioscia. Rasmus, who also appeared in last night's ball game. And Jurickson Profar, last night's hero, first ball swinging as a pinch hitter for Jeff Baker, and he grounds out to third. Profar can't reproduce the magic of last night, but the Rangers had enough magic of their own. They scored 2 times in the 7th inning, and Strand won. We're going to the 8th. Rangers 5, Angels 3. Rangers leading 5-3. Let's take a look at the Honda flashback moment. And Rios getting a base hit to right to score the go-ahead run. And then Alex Stoll second base. 1 out later. Infield single by A.J. Brzezinski. Rios never stopped running around third, and he scored ahead of Trumbo's throw to the plate. Aggressive base running, aggressive hitting for the Rangers. They have a 5-3 lead. Tanner Scheppers starts off the 8th inning facing Mike Trout, and throws strike 1. Scheppers has to go through the heart of the Angels order. Ahead of Trout now. No balls, 2 strikes. Trout tonight has walked twice and struck out. The American League leader in walks, doing what he has done best. Got him swinging. And Tanner Scheppers just reared back and said, here's what I brought with me. Let's see what you can do with it.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6 out of the last 7 hitters have struck out. The only guy to put it in play was Romine. Well, that's just 98-mile-an-hour heat by one of the best hitters in the league. 73rd game for Tanner. Bringing the heat.
And he misses inside at 99 to Josh Hamilton. .217 opponent's batting average. He did give up a run last night on a couple of hits. 97 upstairs, and Hamilton couldn't catch up. 1-1. And that is inside. 2 balls and a strike. Hamilton, last time up, extended his hitting streak now to 12 straight games. Had a 2-run single for the Angels. Got him on the fist. Good fastball there, and it's 2-2. Rangers this year 73-3, leading after 7 innings. and fouls that pitch up.
Indians added to their lead. Twins got it to 9-6. Now it's 10-6.
Foul out of play to the left.
99 miles an hour by Tanner.
Yeah.
Can't quite get that extra to put the zeros up there. Definitely not from a lack of effort.
Another 2-2 to Hamilton. Got him swinging. Up high, and Hamilton couldn't resist.
7 out of 8 batters have struck out. Ibar, Calhoun, Trout, and Hamilton. Put back Trumbo, Conger, and Cowgill before that. Mismatch.
Now Howie Kendrick. Ball 1. Tanner out there feeling it tonight.
Yes, he is.
Give me that ball, and we're going with the #1 express. Chopper over the mound. Kinsler behind the bag. Sidearm throw, and that'll do it. Shepard strikes out 2, gets a ground out. Angels gone in order. After 7.5, the Rangers 5, the Angels 3 on TXA 21. Here's your Rangers box score brought to you by Reliant. Bring the energy. The Rangers have brought it tonight. And Kinsler doesn't have a hit, but he scored twice. Well, Elvis Andrus and Alex Rios doing a big share of the work. Elvis 2 for 3 and Rios 1 for 3. He's driven in 2 runs and he has scored 2 runs tonight. Morgan and Gentry also with base hits, as does A.J. Przinsky. Mitch Moreland leading off against Corey Rasmus here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Mitch tonight is 1 for 2. Singled in the 2nd, struck out in the 3rd, walked in the 6th. Rangers 5 runs on 6 hits tonight. Angels 3 runs on 8 hits. And Rasmus misses high and away. 1-1. Reminder for you, tomorrow it's an 11 o'clock a.m. game for the Rangers and the Angels. And not what it says on your tickets. If you're planning on coming out, tickets for tomorrow night will be good for the game tomorrow. 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll be with you on Fox Sports Southwest, a late breakfast or early lunch, whichever way you want to look at it, or combine the two. will have a brunch.
Go for brunch
with the Rangers.
What we'll be having out here in the press dining room.
No doubt. And the principals in that ball game tomorrow morning, Derek Holland and Garrett Richards. 2-1 the count to Mitch Moreland. Rasmus pulling the string and he evens the count at 2-2. Joe Nathan getting ready, and we will, barring any explosion offensively for the Rangers, see Joe in the top of the 9th inning. Joe got the win in last night's ball game. Orland gone on strikes as Rasmus again pulling the string. And last night, the Jurickson Profar, the walk-off lead-off home run in the bottom of the 9th inning, got Nathan that win. He got the Rangers their 4th straight walk-off victory over the Angels here. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock, right here on Fox Sports Southwest. We'll be with you from the ballpark here. Garrett Richards at 7-7. Derek Holland at 10-9. We grab the starting assignment. We'll see who's the better morning pitcher. Ray Gentry tried to check his swing, I think, and swung through it anyway. 0-1. Gentry a single back in the 6th inning. He's 1 for 3 tonight. And down to the count here, no balls and 2 strikes to Rasmus. Rasmus in last night's game gave up a run on a hit in a 1/3 of an inning. And Gentry pops it foul. That will reach the seats on the right side. Still 0-2. Well, after tonight, just 2 games remaining. And you know that Tampa Bay has lost tonight, so they are a game and a half at the moment ahead of the Rangers. Cleveland is leading in Minnesota. They are 1 game ahead of the Rangers. High and tight, it's 1-2. Rasmus okays the sign. The right-hander's ready. And Gentry skies it to center field. Jogging in for it as the wind pushes it in toward the infield. Josh Hamilton makes the grab. That is out number 2, and Leonys Martin is now coming up. Rasmus has retired all 3 that he has faced. He has 2 outs here in the 8th inning. And Leonys Martin, who is 0 for 3, will step in. Martin hitting at .261 as he faces Rasmus.
Well, the Rangers hang on to win this game. Tampa Bay is lost. They'll trail Tampa Bay and Cleveland by 1 game with 2 to go. Win out and hope one of those 2 teams loses 1 game.
Well, Leonys pulled the trigger just a hair early. He hit it solidly, but pulled it foul down the right side. That runs the count to 0-2. Rasmus sets. And a tapper foul behind home plate. We'll try it again at no balls and 2 strikes. Looking ahead of the Angel. Top of the 9th, Trumbo, Conger, and Calgill, the 3 scheduled hitters for Mike Scioscia's club. Now time called, and Leonis Martin tired of waiting. Hank Conger wanted to try and get Rasmus to throw that fastball up out of the strike zone, and Rasmus had other ideas. Changeup, and was cued foul. Still no balls and 2 strikes. Rasmus again ready to work. 1-2. Rangers trying to win their 5th consecutive ball game. This after having a 7-game losing streak in this park. Pitch foul back. I guess that's the epitome of the roller coaster that the Rangers have been on.
Yeah, you just look back at a lot of those games, and one thing here, one thing there. Feel like you'd be in a different position, but that's what happens. You play 162 games. It's going to come down to the last weekend of the series of the season.
Base hit to right center field for Martin. Calhoun over to cut it off. Martin, after a big turn, hangs on. So he has a 2-out single, and he's aboard for Ian Kinsler. And Mike Scioscia on his way out to the mound. He wants to make a pitching change here with Kinsler coming up. Rasmus goes 1 inning total, gives up a hit. And the responsibility for Martin at first is Corey Rasmus. So another pitching change going on here in Rangers ballpark in Arlington, back after this timeout on TXA 21. The Wichita Falls native Ryan Brazier out of Wichita Falls and Weatherford Community College. A 26-year-old appearing in his 7th ball game for the Angels this September.
Well, one thing you could probably count on is Leonis Martin trying to steal second base right here. He can get a jump. Don't know much about Ryan, so we don't know what kind of move he's got, but I guess we're going to find out right here.
Brazier, the 6th round selection in the 2007 draft by the Angels. Getting his first taste of Major League duty this September. Here's Kinsler, who is 0 for 2, but he has walked twice and scored both times. Leonis Martin the lead, and Brazier will go to work on him with a snap throw. Pretty quick move, quick feet. Other than the 2 walks for Kinsler, he's also popped out and grounded out. Rangers now with 7 hits. Go along with their 5 runs. A pitch out, and Brazier almost threw a strike. Came back in toward the plate. No action going at first base.
Oh, they're thinking right along with us.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Frazier will take a look at Martin. Goes over there again with a quick throw. Frazier, the last couple of years, has worked exclusively at Salt Lake City, the AAA affiliate for the Angels. Working hard on Martin. Martin stepping off his lead as Brazier reads the signs. Another throw to first. Yeah, that one a little bit closer.
Better throw he might have had.
Well, the young man's got a pretty good idea of what he's doing when he gets a runner on base. He changes his motion, or I should say he changes where he throws to first base from in his motion. Sometimes after he's set, sometimes as he's getting ready to set. There goes Leonys Martin. The pitch is inside. The throw is late. And Leonys Martin in with the stolen base.
No chance to keep him from doing that. Didn't matter if he threw over there 100 times. As soon as he threw to the plate, Martin was going to steal second base.
35th stolen base of the year for Leonys.
He gets started in a hurry, too. He turned into an excellent base runner.
Well, now Kinsler trying to pick him up from second. The 2-0 pitch. He didn't really want to. That pitch working its way down and in at 96. He couldn't check his swing. It's 2-1. Frazier showing a pretty good moving fastball. Right-hander will check second. And Kinsler ripping a miss. It's 2-2. Ian trying to pick Leonys Martin up with what would be an insurance run here in the 8th inning. Martin a single, a stolen base with 2 out. Frazier checks him. And Kinsler fouls it back. He's getting that ball up at 97 miles an hour. Well, the right-hander again is ready to work. Another 2-2 pitch instead. A little inside move. Just to see if he could get Leonys leaning the wrong way out there. Frazier again sets. And another 2-2. Sliders in the dirt. Well, let's run the count full now to Kinsler. If Ian continues the inning, Elvis Andrus is waiting in the on-deck circle. Payoff pitch on the way. Skied down the right field line. That's going to twist back into the seats. And be out of the reach of either Calhoun or Trumbo. And we'll come back and try it again at 3-2. Frazier, who spent a little bit of time earlier in the season with the big club, trying to get Kinsler here to finish off the 8th inning. Another 3-2 and another foul ball.
Frazier's a high school pitcher in Wichita Falls, Geiger High School. Probably has a lot of friends and family here at the ballpark tonight.
McGinney sets. And the payoff. Low ball 4. Ian works the walk. First and second with 2 out.
Third walk for Ian tonight. Twice he scored after walking. Led off the game with a walk and scored. Led off the 7th inning with a walk and scored.
Elvis 2 for 3 tonight. Had a big sacrifice bunt in the 7th inning. That was the one that set up the RBI single by Alex Rios to give the Rangers the lead. And the first pitch is high for ball 1. Elvis singled his first 2 times up, first and the 3rd, scoring in the 3rd inning. Got Martin at second, Kinsler at first. And a ground ball foul outside third. It is a ball and a strike. Rangers trying to win their 7th out of 8 meetings with these Angels in their home park. They're at 12-4 against the Angels this year. Way inside. Elvis jackknifing out of the way. It's 2-1. Ryan Brazier, a long look in for the sign. There go the runners, and the pitch is popped up. Behind home plate, that will reach the seats. And both Leonis Martin and Ian Kinsler having to retreat. Had it not been for the foul ball, they had 3rd and 2nd stolen very easily.
Brazier's going to throw his 14th pitch right here. Only the 2nd hitter he's faced.
The 2-2 pitch. Ground ball to short. High bar goes to Kendrick for the force, and that'll do it. Well, the Rangers get a couple on, but can't do anything with it. They strand 2. It's Joe Nathan time as we go to the 9th. The Rangers leading 5-3. folks, whether you're planning a birthday party, a corporate event, or a wedding, Rangers Ballpark in Arlington is the perfect place to host your next event. The home of the Texas Rangers is available year-round, and it may be customized to create the perfect setting for your group. Whether it's large or small, it's a great place to do it. Go to TexasRangers.com/special events, or you can call 817-273-5224 for details. 38-year-old Joe Nathan on now to take over. The Ranger bullpen has been virtually unhittable here tonight. And Nathan becomes the fourth member of that pen to come into the ballgame.
Yeah, so far the Ranger bullpen has pitched 2 2/3, hasn't given up a base runner and struck out 6. That pretty much is unhittable. Untouchable almost. Let's see if Joe can continue it here.
Mark Trumbo leading things off. First ball swinging. Hits one to center. It's way up in the air, so the wind's going to knock it down. Leonis Martin went back by asking hustling to make the catch. And Nathan gets one pitch and one out.
Yeah, the wind's blowing straight in like it often does, and when it gets that high, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah, not even the jet stream of 2 or 3 years ago would have taken care of that.
No, not that high.
He just wanted to get a little work on jumping both ways.
Yeah, check those flags out, Leonis. It's definitely going to come back towards second.
Now Hank Conger steps in. Conger is 1 for 3. Takes strike 1 from Nathan. Rangers this year, when leading after 8, they are 77-1. Joe Nathan trying to close out his 42nd save of the year. Left that slider just outside. 1 ball and 1 strike. Nathan back to the plate. Conger is looking fastball, swinging fastball, and he got the slider. 1-2. Joe picked up his 41st save a couple of nights ago against Houston. Picked up the win last night. 1-2 pitch. Ground ball to first. Moreland. Nice, convenient hop to the bag. Wins that race. 2 out. Now Nathan. Supposed to face Colin Cowgill, but he will be a pinch hitter. Coming off the bench, Alexio Gondo looking on.
He'll be shocked that a pinch hit. Wasn't quite healthy enough to play, but he's healthy enough to pinch hit.
Well, Shuck, the last hope for Mike Scioscia's club here tonight. First pitch from Nathan. Here's a strike at the knees. Ground ball. Nice hop to Kinsler. A little flip to first. And Joe Nathan wraps up save number 42. The Rangers wrap up win number 89. And they keep pace with Cleveland. They pick up a game on the Tampa Bay Rays and now trail both the Indians and the Rays by 1 game with 2 games left to play in the 2013 season. Now, if you thought this season was coming down to the wire, you were right. And a big win tonight by the Rangers. An excellent job by the bullpen. They were terrific coming in for the last 3 1/3. The 3 2/3, I should say. And
faced 11 hitters and struck out 6 of them, and nobody got on base.
Joe Nathan wraps it up. Neil Cox gets the win in relief. He moves to 7-3. Nathan 42 out of 45. 37,355.